created with free version for non-commercial use.
Send a text, call a friend, tell them that you're tuned in to Living Single. Living Single, Chantel Monet. Send a text, call a friend, tell them that you're tuned in to Living Single. Living Single, Chantel Monet. Send a text, call a friend, tell them that you're tuned in to Living Single, Chantel Monet. Send a text, call a friend, tell them that you're tuned in to Living Single.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Chantel Monet, and we're here with another episode of Living Single. And today we have our special co-host, Kari, with us. She's not new to our show, but I'm going to let her introduce herself for everyone who wasn't here the last time she's been here. So go ahead, Kari, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, Kari Harris, Riri Gemini on Instagram. Literally, what are we, born twins?
Yes.
I am 6 weeks, Chantel's elder. Respect. Excited to be here today. So proud of sis.
Thanks. Okay, guys. So before we get into the show, we just want to take a moment to have a little bit of celebration because this is our 1 year show. We've been doing Living Single for a year. Yes.
OMG, Chantel. Yes.
Some claps.
Yes. Give us some clips.
Yes.
1 year. Yes.
So, yeah, it's been a 1 year. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for, sticking it out with us, going on the ride with me, always tuning in and commenting and always being interactive and so supportive. And I just thank you for every share, every comment, every text, every whatever. Thank you. And I hope you stay locked in to Living Single, and we're going to start our show. And tonight we're talking about love. Specifically, how deep is your love? And so we're going to get started. Okay, so Kari, what to you is love?
Okay. I think love is an unconditional care, support for someone else. Unconditional gratitude for that person to be in your life. Unconditional, I'm going to be there, I'm going to support you, I'm going to have your back no matter what. That is love. Even when I'm not really dealing with you like that, I still got your back no matter what, and I'm going to show up for you. So to me, that's love.
Okay, and so for me, I would have to agree. I feel like love is, an action word. So for me, love is something not only that can be felt, but that can be seen. It's your way of showing me that what you say you feel towards me is true. So that, that like affection or interest or just pure concern is true by your actions.
By your actions. It's not words at all. I don't want to hear the words. I want to see the action.
Yeah, period. So I looked up the definition of love, and love has so many different definitions. There's so many different so many different, interpretations. So I'm just going to read like a few, but they all kind of intertwine with one another. But love is an intense feeling of deep affection, and it could be deep romantic or sexual attachment to someone. It's a great interest and pleasure in something, and love is also a person or thing that one loves. And so, it's used to express affectionate approval for someone, which is basically what they meant by that. But all of those definitions, though different, are all basically the same. It's about your affection, your care for someone else or something else. And love,
Affection. I think we should look up the definition of affection.
Okay.
Because it's this famous line from 21 Savage that says, I can't remember what he said. I just know he said, I'd rather loyalty than love. So it's like affection. What does that even mean? Like, is that temporary? Is that in the moment I'm feeling you, so I'm giving you affection? What is that? Because, I mean, does that transcend to loyalty?
I would have to sit with that for a little while, but it says that affection is a gentle feeling of fondness or liking, or the act or process of affecting or being affected.
So that sounds like some temporary.
Well, surprisingly, the definition says it could be a mental state and an emotion. So it does sound pretty. Affection sounds pretty temporary, but then on the other part, it sounds more long term. It's like, of great liking. So you don't just do that overnight,
Right.
But yeah, okay. So brought up a good point. So love. Okay, so with love and how the definitions have explained it and all of that, I often, even after looking up the definitions, realize that we don't always exude love in the right manners, right? Not only in intimate relationships, but our friendships, our family relationships, our stranger relationships. I know that's not really a relationship, but like our interactions. That's probably what I should say rather.
Right.
And
funny story. I had to catch myself today because I think I was what did I say? I was talking about somebody. And I was like, oh, funny. So I know everybody has seen the video on Twitter of like the girl dancing with her work husband. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So one of my friends at work actually has a work husband. I mean, he spent over $1,000 on her. And literally, we've only been at the job since August, okay? And I was like, girl, like, his girlfriend, like, he actually has a girlfriend in real life, and she completely, I don't know if she knows the extent of their relationship, but I know she knows about the girl.
Right.
So I'm like, I caught myself, literally. I was like, wow, she's so dumb. But then I was like, you know what? God, forgive me. Like, I don't want to say that about her. Like, I'm the type of person, like, shine down on me. So I think it's great that you said that, because you really got to catch yourself when you try to, like, judge others or, like, try to talk about them. You want to make sure that your character's still intact. And I was like, God, please just wipe that from the slate. Like, that wasn't me. I didn't say that. So.
Yeah, and that, okay, you brought up the good point, which is where I was going with it, was that, because we're faith-based, so we read the Bible, and in the Bible, it tells us that, like, it's a commandment to love. Like, we're commanded to love. We have to love our neighbors as ourselves. And that not only that, but our greatest example of love was Christ giving his life for us and all of that. And so, we have such a model example of love. And so why do you think that we don't
Be Jesus?
Follow it? No, not to be him. I mean, I know we're all made in his image and all of that, but why can't we a lot of times people don't even strive to have that same type of love. But do you think it's because they don't understand what love is, or they don't have the care for it?
I think in my experience, I can only speak from personal experience. I think people, I speak for myself. I know it's stuff. I don't want to call myself lazy because law of attraction, but sometimes you know better and you don't do better. So people will know I should love you anyway. I should work this out anyway. I should communicate with you anyway. And just be completely lazy about it and be like, you know what? I don't even want to face this. I don't want to have the courage to deal with this. Just no. And then just run away from it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then a tragedy will happen. That person will realize maybe, you know what I'm saying? God works in mysterious ways because he'll put you in a situation where you're like, you know what? I should have done this. From this point on, I need to face every single thing head on. So.
Yeah, and okay, I'll go that route with you, but a lot of times people will even have those instances, maybe even have the tragedy and then go right back to their way of maneuvering that hasn't worked out for them from the jump.
For 20 years.
So then you're back here, you know, it's like you're in a cycle of maybe accepting the wrong type of love or not showing love or whatever the case is.
Cycles.
Yeah.
Cycles. That is cycles.
Yeah. It's kind of...
it's cyclical, to be honest, until someone steps up and they decide they want to break the cycle and they become conscious of it and they're strong enough in their discipline to actually break what they know is generationally occurring to them and their parents and their grandparents and could potentially happen to their children. That takes discipline. That takes me getting up off of my butt and going out there, because I think even for guys, like, let's say you have a father or grandfather that's a certain kind of way, you're gonna you attract what you're accustomed to. So naturally you have to literally break your attraction to certain things,
right,
to go out and find something else, you know what I'm saying,
right,
that's completely different than anything. And that takes going out on the step of faith. You got to break fear because you don't even know, you're completely uncomfortable with something you're not accustomed to. Like, that's a lot. Yeah,
it is a lot, but it's able to be done. But I think what you said is key, is that you have to be conscious about it. And that's the part, I think, that people just will go with the wind or whatever is the most current portrayed example of whatever it could be. So like we're talking about love, so whatever the current portrayed example of love is, so you know, like couple goals or relationship goals or whatever.
Ari and Moneybag Yo was just couple goals and they on the shade room talking about they was fighting.
Exactly. So you know, we'll adjust our maybe beliefs, even what we know or don't know about love, to accommodate and to fit into the mold of society's standards of love, which aren't always and are very rarely Christ's example or standards of love.
Ooh. Touch on it. Speak on it.
I mean, it's, you know, and it's pretty evident in the types of relationships that you see, you know, today, and how people, not all, but a lot of them, especially in our generation, are just settling and taking everything just because.
Touch on it.
Just because you want to, you know, you feel like, oh, there's nothing better for you out there, or okay, you know, my age, I'm getting older and I need X, Y, and Z, or I feel
children, I need a man.
Yeah, you know, your clock is ticking, but you are more focused in the right now than the future. Like the longevity of it. And love requires some long suffering, but we don't, you know, we only stick to the we good parts of the love.
We think love requires suffering, like we gotta be down for stuff that we don't deserve. There's a difference between suffering in Christ, or the right type of suffering for something, versus sticking around for something that you completely don't deserve, don't need, and shouldn't be involved in. And God keeps sending the boat, and you keep saying God's gonna save me, and God keeps sending the boat, and you're just like, no, you can go ahead, God's gonna save me. And God is sending you that boat.
Yeah, it's your way of escape,
and you're just not listening, honey. So I think people really gotta tune in people got to tune in, and that's what I was really going to touch on. Self-love, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
For me right now, self-love, it's got to be top. It's got to be top 2, and it's not 2.
Okay.
Because in reality, if you love yourself to a certain extent, and I just posted about the brand today, and I was just talking about love yourself. I was just talking about how if you love yourself to the fullest extent, anything bad that has ever happened to you, anything, any experience, any person, any animal, any whatever, anything bad that's ever happened to you, if you love yourself to the fullest extent, then you will love that bad thing. Why? Because the bad thing made you who you are. The bad thing made you strong. The bad thing made you tough. The bad thing made you resilient. And you got to love that type of person that you are. In order to love the person that you are, got to love all the experiences. So I think as far as relationships, if you can get to the point where you love yourself so much, a lot of stuff you're not even going to tolerate.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff, 99% of the stuff you don't deserve, you're not going to tolerate because you love yourself enough that you can just be alone, treat yourself the way that you know you deserve to be treated, and wait for the person that's going to show you something outside of what you already know.
Yeah. And I just read one of the comments from Jackie, and she said, what if they know to do better but don't? And that was just basically the answer, that if they know better and they don't, it's because they don't love themselves.
Period.
Because if you loved yourself, you would know, you wouldn't just stay in that place. You would seek out ways to do better. You would seek out ways to become better, to make the situation better, the environment better. So if you're just staying in that place, then it shows the lack of respect, love and honor that you have for your own self.
And period, be careful of the people that don't love themselves.
Yeah.
Be careful of the people that don't have nothing to lose. Be careful of people that don't care about themselves, that just do whatever, because those are the type of people. I feel like me and you were natural givers.
Yeah.
So when people need something, we're like always there. But you got to be careful of the people that always need something. You got to be careful of people that don't love themselves. And people like you and me, we want to love them. We want to let them know, like, there's a God. Like, you can be loved.
Yeah.
You can have all the abundant things. And, like, no. At this stage in my life, Shorty's 23. It's my Kobe year. I'm turning 24.
Okay.
I don't have nothing for you. Like, if you don't love yourself, it's nothing I can do for you. The way that I love myself, I gotta be around other people that love themselves. And if I gotta call you every day, if I gotta call my mother every day, if I gotta call my sister every day, if I gotta call your mom, because she don't even know why I'm calling her, it don't matter. Like, can't be around people that don't love themselves, because they don't care. They don't have anything to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, the standard is gonna be how much I love myself. That's how I'm gonna treat everybody else.
And it causes you, to, when you begin to love yourself, you see yourself in a different light. You see yourself the way, or start to see yourself the way that God sees you. Because it causes you to open up your eyes, to look beyond the current situations you're in, to look beyond the current relationships that you have with people, be it friends, whoever, and to see yourself the way that God sees you will change different things about your life. But you have to be willing and ready for those sacrifices that you'll have to make, because it will cause you to have to make some hard decisions. You'll have to leave people. You'll have to change environments. You'll have to do things. You'll have to do things that you wouldn't normally do, but it's for your better good, and it will, it'll cause your love for yourself. Your love for yourself will cause you to be able to honor and love other people in the right manner. You won't allow them to abuse you. You won't allow them to take control over you, or to use you in the ways that you're not supposed to be used. It will cause you to have a greater respect for yourself, and cause you to be able to, say no with confidence, to be able to step somewhere and be able to have enough confidence in yourself, enough self-esteem, enough self-respect and self-love to own the atmosphere, to own the room, to be able to blossom and become the person that you're supposed to be, to create better atmospheres, better environments, because you're only looking at things from a higher level.
Yes, I say that all the time. I say you got to look at your life from a bird's eye. Like, you got to really look at your life from the top down. Don't think about what's happening in the moment. Don't think about the heartbreak in the moment. Don't think about somebody trying to play me in the moment. Like, look at it from the top. Where you want to go. How you going to get there in a strategic way to figure it out.
Yeah. And I just read somebody said self-love allows you to love others better and selfless actions become natural. And that's so true because
What comment you reading?
On the Facebook. It's so true because people, once you love yourself, it's easy to love other people, and it's easier to love them in the right manner, you know, without the fears and the walls and all of that, because you've worked all of those things out. When you begin to do the work to learn how to love yourself first and to make the love that you have for yourself important, because what will happen is a lot of times people will lack self-love and then try to get into relationships and get someone else to love them to make up for the love that they don't have for themselves.
Correct.
And then they end up settling because they so desperately want love, but they don't give themselves love. So how can you expect something from somebody else that you don't even have for your own?
Give yourself. Human behavior. We humans are about habits, and they're about modeling.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna do what you allow them to do. Someone's gonna do what you do to yourself. If you treat yourself great, you love yourself, someone's gonna treat you great. They're gonna love you, and they know at a certain point, if you love yourself enough, you're not gonna tolerate their stuff. They're gonna have to step up to the plate. 2020, step up to the plate. Yeah. Someone that you love, or someone that you like, whatever. Treat them excellently. Treat them how you want to be treated, because at the end of the day, how you treat someone else is just a reflection on you.
Yeah, it is.
This is for the other side of it.
Like, it's definitely the reflection of you, but you know, that is all about your self-love, because your self-love sets the tone for the type of love that you give off and the type of love that you accept.
Exactly.
And it sets the bar for people that become attracted to you because, or want to, get to know you, maybe date you or whatever, or even be your friend, because of how you love yourself, that they know that they can't come to you in any old manner. Because of how you respect yourself, because of how you value yourself, they know that they can't just show up to you in any way. And so it makes them come to you in a manner of, even showing respect to you, that they know that your bar is here and that you're not accepting anything less.
Exactly.
It doesn't make you like cocky or anything like that to have a standard. It doesn't make you cocky or anything like that to have a value or a bar that you set.
I think a good thing that you mentioned earlier was abuse. A lot of people have been abused.
Yeah.
And when you've been abused, there's this monster and devil. As you try to climb up higher and higher and higher, the monster is continuously just pulling you back. So you get up 4 steps in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, you climb up 4 rings on love, and you're trying to be a better friend, trying to be a better lover, trying to be a better daughter, brother, sister, whatever. And then you just pull right back down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By the abuse that you face. A lot of people haven't really faced the trauma that they've experienced up until this point in their life. And as a result, wherever they're trying to go, whatever vision they have, they can't reach it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because they've allowed the abuse, the trauma to be put them in a box, to put them, get them stuck. Yeah, I'm not saying
this is like to bring awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people don't even realize that trauma that they had from 10, 5, 2, 6 months, you know what I'm saying, however long ago, it's holding them back because of that pain. When you're feeling pain, you don't want to go near the oven because it might burn you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't consciously think about that when you feel heat, but naturally you're just resistant. And
I think what we don't realize is that things like healing and forgiveness are acts of love to ourselves.
Exactly.
So to work on forgiving people, situations, or things that have happened to us, to work on healing yourself, whatever route you take, but to work on the healing, the inner healing that that is required to overcome those situations are acts of love, are acts of self-love, because those are necessary parts in making you a better person.
Exactly. And people, I think, everyone out there who's listening, you just gotta really sit and think, like, am I good with life? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I good with where I'm at? Am I good with the experiences that I've ever had? Do I love myself enough to confront the trauma that I've experienced, to confront the abuse that I've experienced? And how can I move forward? 2020, new decade. Now, I'm not saying that needs to be the motivation for healing, because you should always be in the spirit of healing. But new decade, just take the time out to figure out what it is that's really holding me back from getting to the next level. I don't care if it's money. I don't care if it's with my husband. I don't care if it's with my sister. I don't care if it's with my child. I don't care if it's with my best friend. Whoever, like, what's holding you back from getting to the next level, self-love wise, and how can we, address those issues in the most calm, poetic way possible, and advance and grow and become who God, planned on me to be. Yeah,
and that's, it just having the will to do it. Because people can get the information, they make the vision boards, they go to all the empowerment sessions, but when it's all said and done and when you're by yourself, are you actually doing the work to begin to love yourself? Are you taking the information that you're getting and putting it to use, or are you just listening to it?
Are you listening? But you know what, I can say, Chantel, that listening, the more and more and more you listen, I think that one day the action might happen. Because I know personally, one thing I struggle with is waking up early in the morning. The kid, the kid likes to sleep. Okay, so when I think 2017, I started setting my alarm for like 5 a.m. Mm-hmm. Never woke up. Okay, hit that snooze button so fast. But one day I started waking up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I probably was on 5 a.m. for months and months and months, never woke up. But one day, Karee made a decision, changed her life, and woke up. You know what I'm saying?
But you had to make the decision
every single day. But
and it took
to
the
work.
Alarm, it took
setting it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It prefaced that change in my life.
Yeah, but you made the change before you actually made the change.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That you setting the alarm was you making the change. You deciding that, okay, I want to do something better. I'm not going to get it right every single day. And that's basically what that was. I didn't get it right every single day. But every day I'm going to wake up wanting to show myself more love, be a more loving person, a kinder person, have more respect for myself, see the value in myself, know that I'm worth the wait, know that I'm worth what I'm attaining, know that I am valuable, that I'm enough, and just affirming yourself in those things. That no, today might not be the best day for me, but tomorrow I have the opportunity to wake up and to do it all over again, to still have those same beliefs, that same love, to show that same love to myself and others, to be kind, to see the value in me. And so that's it. You made the decision before you made the decision. You made the change and realized that it was okay to fail before you got to the place where you're able to wake up. And that's a simple example, but it's the same way for loving yourself. It's the same way for loving other people, that you're not going to get it right every single day, every single second of every day, but just knowing that you're striving to it, because one day what was hard for you will become easy. One day what was hard for you will become second nature, and you'll be able to share it with someone else.
It's the pastor preaching.
And I wanted to read this scripture because it literally tells you what love is. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. That's 1 Corinthians 13:4-8. And I just want to leave you with that. If you didn't get anything else that we talked about today, if you didn't understand us talking about self-love or anything else, that the Bible clearly lays out what love is. And so in your journey to start loving yourself more, I would encourage you to go and seek out what God's definition of love is. You know, how he defines love, which is in his word. There's no other way to get it but in his word. It's the perfect model for you to follow to become a better you, to love yourself better, to have better respect for yourself, and to grow and become the person that God's called you to be. So take the time out, you know, get into the word, see the model that he set for you, and try to follow it. You won't get it right every single day, but just as long as you're striving and making steps and strides each day, that's what matters. And so thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for tuning in for our 1 year show. We hope you're tuning in again, and we'll see you the next time.
We'll see you next time.
Created with free version for non-commercial use. Created with free version for non-commercial use.